Hello, thanks for joining me again. Cleansing really fast, and we will do the higher self reading for today. And before I start with the cards, I want to talk a little bit about what is the higher self because, maybe you aren't really too familiar with it. It could be something you're kind of just learning about. I talk about it on my page, but for the higher self, it's like our higher state of consciousness. It's a higher state of awareness, and it's ways in which even our own guides can contact us and speak to us, sending us messages, such as this reading, right? And messages, they can come as anything. It can be gut feelings, dreams, conversations with others, coincidences, like, synchronicity. All of that is ways which messages can be communicated to us. And the other thing is with our higher self, it has access to all realms. Whether you consider yourself a spiritual person or not, whatever your beliefs may be, these things exist, energies, dimensions exist. And so when we become aligned to our higher selves, we can more easily see, feel, experience, and connect with these things. The other thing with your higher self is, it's a very intuitive thing. So when you are connecting with it, receiving, information, messages from it, it's an intuitive internal experience. It's not going to be like, how you would communicate and connect with somebody in your life. It's not like that. It's much different, and it's an energetic thing. So I would keep that in mind with this reading, that it's an intuitive thing. It's connecting on that level. For the first card, we have Answer the Call, and the card is this. Okay. And it says, what is your soul calling you to do? So if you chose this card, your higher self is or has been in touch with you, and it's trying to reach out to you more than you may realize right now. I would say, has there been any significant dreams, weird dreams, even things in your daily life that have stood out for you in recent memory? Or maybe there's something that will, so pay attention, because that would be your higher self speaking to you, trying to connect. It is asking you to listen and receive this message. You also are going through a time of growth and change. Your higher self is asking you to step more into your own power, your truth, to embrace your full self, to answer the calling of your soul. And to pay attention to how you feel right now. Like I said, there's messages, there's things trying to come through for you. And another way that you could do this is paying attention to the ways that you may feel in different environments, around different people, just to be more sensitive and to be more aware of the ways in which you are feeling at different times throughout your day and wherever you are, to feelings that may be coming up. That will give you cues. And the other thing that I feel is important that your higher self is saying through this card is it's asking you to kind of to think about what makes you feel alive? What makes you feel passionate, excited? What gives you the drive in your daily life, and what makes you feel a purpose? Because it's asking you to answer the call, right? So to think about these things, to focus on these things, to go in that direction. Okay. All right, we have the second card now. And this card is Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So, okay, and the card says, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Now, the very first thing when I saw this card was I was instantly drawn to the artwork on this card. There's a lot going on, and I felt like symbolically the messages were just super deep within this. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what I see. First off, this card has very feminine and motherly energy surrounding it. And I'm not sure how well you can see this. Let me see. Okay. And so when you look at this card, you see ancient structures in the back too. The Sphinx right here. And there's 2 towers, the water flowing between them. And then there's mountains and fields and all that. So there's like this like sort of abundance happening as well. And then of course you've got the grandmother here, motherly figure. And I feel that there is just very protective, loving energy radiating from her. And like there's like this like sort of fractal design on her heart center, and it's like the light's coming from that. So it's heart centered, and it's love and protection. And so the higher self here is saying that you are loved, you are protected, you are guided, and you also embody this energy yourself. So you may care very deeply about others, especially those close in your life. You may even be like a sort of motherly figure, very protective of those you care about. And so you show this in a lot of ways in your life. Their aspect to this card is there's a connection to the unknown, which I feel is represented by the 2 towers and the ancient structures in here. And your higher self too, your higher self will remember these times, and that's why this card, it's calling you to this type of energy, because your higher self isn't bound by time, right? It's timeless. It's not bound by the physical reality and the concepts and ways that we navigate our world, our reality. And so, that memory is there, that energy is there, and it's carrying that forward, asking you to remember, to remember how to cross and bridge between these worlds, and to fully embody your own energy. You might have already started on this path. It's a possibility. It could be new, and you could be laying the foundations, or in the beginning stages of laying foundations on this sort of path. But something new is occurring in your life, or is about to occur. And that's where this sort of foundational energy is coming from, and why your higher self is like reaching out and connecting with you at this time with this sort of message. We have card number 3. And for number 3, I have the Pillar of Light. Okay. And it says, your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. And for this one, the artwork really pulled me in as well, because let's see. As you can see, there is a being, and it's ascending into this prismatic light. The sun is directly above, and then we have water. It looks like maybe lakes, and surrounding these lakes is desert landscape. Your higher self is communicating that you are on a path of change and transformation. And like this card, you're rising from something. And so your higher self is reaching out to say that it's guiding you, and it's, especially with this card, it's reminding you that intuitively you are very gifted and strong. You hold a naturally high vibration, and you're at this place right now where that's actually rising more. You are kind of like aligning more with yourself, your own energy. But your higher self is telling you, like, you're very intuitive, like you are very much in tune, whether you realize that or not, whether you practice this or not. And if you don't, you should definitely listen and connect with that more, because it's easier for you than it is for some people. And with that said, it's asking you to trust yourself, to listen to what comes through to you intuitively and from your higher self, and that this is important at this point in time, and it's going to help you more than anything else will. There could actually be messages trying to get through to you at this time, and it could be in your dreams. It could be occurring in any way, right? It could even be in like reoccurring thoughts. And so if there's anything that has stood out for you, or something that may stand out for you, your higher self is asking you to pay attention and to trust and listen to your intuition. Outside opinions, guidance, to kind of put that to the side. It's not something that's going to help you at this time. Listening to your heart and trusting what you hear is where this card is saying to go. It's saying to trust yourself, to trust what you are receiving, hearing, and that will guide you and help you. All right, and so that is the reading. I really hope that helped. If you did find it helpful, please like it. Leave a comment even. Tell me how you felt about it. Tell me if it, resonated with you, if it didn't resonate with you. So, tell me how you feel about this, because I'm going to continue doing the readings in this way. And I'm still very new to it, so I appreciate you watching it through to the end as well. The only other thing I think I want to say real fast, or try too fast, is on the subject of intuition and this connection to your higher self. So, when listening to your higher self, when receiving messages, sometimes it's not going to be what you want to hear, right? That's just how it is, because your higher self doesn't really care. It doesn't care. It's, it's not functioning in that way, It's not going to judge you, right? It's you. So it's not a judgmental energy, so I don't mean it in that way. Its purpose is to put you on your path and to see you evolve, ascend, grow. So yeah, sometimes it's not going to be what you want to hear, and that can be hard at times, especially when you're at a place where maybe you're making these like bigger decisions, right? You have this big decision, and logically it makes sense. It's something that maybe you've thought about for a while. It's something you've thought through. Your friends, your family approve, like it's got the approval of others, and it's, just all around, like, that's a logical, sound choice. But say there's something inside of you that feels not 100% with it, right? So, like, maybe you have this feeling of, like, doubt, hesitancy. It could be anything. It can come up in any way. But there's just something that says no, or there's just this uncertainty. Now, at times, of course, this can just be our own fears playing on us. It can be even anxiety, things like that. You know, we label everything that we feel and experience. But the other end of it is that it could be your intuition, kind of that gut feeling saying, pay attention. I know that this makes sense in your mind and in your brain, but it's not going to work out the way you think it is. And we'll never know these things until we fully go through with it, or until we don't. And it's not that there's even a right and wrong, in a sense, because whatever choice you make ultimately is going to unfold in the way it unfolds, and you're gonna learn, and you're gonna be guided either way. It's just that maybe one path is a less crazy path. I don't know how to put it, but I guess I wanted to point out that, because we're so quick to label the things that we feel and to dismiss the ways that we feel. We don't really think about them and sit with them. And that's something that, if you really want to strengthen your intuition and your connection to your higher self, get into this place where you take time for yourself to truly sit and reflect and to feel your feelings, as uncomfortable as they are. I get it. Sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes it sucks having to face those things, especially the things that you're ignoring or putting aside. But when you can do that, you strengthen that ability. It gets easier, it becomes more effortless, and eventually it becomes like any part of the decision-making process. Like, it just becomes this like more instant, smooth thing, and you'll have a much much easier way of navigating what's truly for you and what's not for you, because I think that's important, and that gets clouded by society and all the conditioning and expectations and just everything, culture, like family, and everything within our environments and everything that we have grown up with, shapes and alters the ways in which we think, feel, experience. But getting in touch with yourself, building that ability, it makes life just much better, and it will help you with this energy, with the higher self, especially getting in tune with that, learning to listen, question, get curious, taking the time to process, and asking questions to see what rises in you, to see what you feel. It's a good way to start. So yeah, I hope that this helped. Again, if you like this, follow. If you're not following me yet, follow me. We will be doing this again next week. So thank you, and I'll see you then.